Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of The Inferno, a Japanese horror movie from 1979. This is actually a remake of Jigoku from 1960, a film that I do not like much at all, and that's kind of an understatement. But perhaps this remake can improve upon all of those flaws from the predecessor. Let's find out. The film begins with Miho and Ryuzo, two adulterous lovers, being hunted down by Miho's husband. Ryuzo is killed, while the pregnant Miho is bludgeoned and left for dead. As she dies, she gives birth to her daughter, Aki, who is thus considered to have been born in hell. 20 years later, Aki, who is the very image of her mother, feels that strange forces are trying to kill her. To solve the mystery of her past, she returns to the remote village where her mother died. Aki's arrival triggers a series of disastrous events. Now, the key observation that I want to make and communicate regarding this film is this, okay? The Inferno is an odd movie, but it feels unique. The story has like a deterministic or perhaps fatalistic vibe to it. There's like this otherworldly force that is guiding this young woman to her own destruction. And the source of this tragedy is caused by the events surrounding her mother's tragic death. Now you might say, well, Erik, we've seen stuff like that before, and I would say yes, but not quite like this. If you have not seen the original 1960 version, I do not want to get into too many specifics because the final act is very different from most horror movies. And if you're going into this blind, do not read about this movie outside of this review. Don't even read the back of the Blu-ray case or anything like that, because the story takes some pretty crazy turns. And that's a big reason why this movie is so fascinating. It's just creative. It's actually refreshing to watch a movie that's both imaginative and just kind of cool. Now, this is not an exploitation film or anything like that, but it does dip a little bit into some exploitative elements. There is a heavy emphasis on sensuality and forbidden sex, and passion and lust between characters ends quite badly for these people based on the opening series of events. And it's prominent enough, I think, to be one of the main themes of the movie. And seeing that blended in with like horror is pretty interesting. The scare tactics are varied. A few scenes near the beginning are weirdly horrific, like the birthing scene. There's a Final Destination vibe to this as well, especially near the beginning because certain accidents happen to our protagonist. Bad omens are present throughout that hint at something bad happening later on. There's horrific human conflict. There are premonitions and some completely insane special effects-based scares as well. And to top it off, there's even some gore and bloody violence. So this has something for everyone, I guess. Basically, to sum it up, you basically have some weird and downright crazy things that happen in this movie. And that's all part of the fun. Now, some of the set designs I think are pretty cool. It does have a longer runtime, but so much happens in this movie that I think it's justified. This is kind of an epic horror movie. If you could actually describe a horror movie as epic, I think this is kind of it in terms of just the storyline alone and everything they like cram into this 2+ hour runtime. The lead actress is very good. She's forced to exhibit a lot of emotion and distress, and you may recognize a few of the supporting actors, like Renji Ishibashi, who has appeared in a bunch of Takashi Miike movies. But I think, I don't want to speak too much about this film because there's a lot of stuff I don't want to give away, but in my opinion, and this is the first time I've seen this, it's way better than Jigoku, its predecessor, and I don't even think it's close. Very neat movie, and I strongly recommend this. I recently got the Region A Blu-ray from Mondo Macabro. You can buy it online at Amazon or eBay, I think. I'll include a link in the description box just to make sure you're buying the right movie, because the title's a little generic. But yeah, as always, folks, I'll see you next time.